Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Minecraft live stream. You can see up there in the upper left, we have a new title card for the stream. I have renamed it to Midnight Minecraft as opposed to the old title card, Late Night Live Stream, which, also works. I think it also fits the theme quite well. This one's a little bit more classic than the new one, but I like them both in their own right, but I think I like the new one just a little bit better. I think I like the new one just a little bit better, so I like to tinker with things, and I said it was on the chopping block, so there we go. There's the new changed thing. Now, I just realized it's Valentine's Eve, isn't it? It is Valentine's Eve. And there's nothing on my stream that really screams Valentine's now, does it? Now, I know what I need. Here. I think I got something. Here, I'll put this on the screen somewhere. Eat my phlegm. Happy Valentine's, you little slop goblins. Here. Um, I'll put it like, I don't know, down there. Just as a little nugget in case somebody wants to eat some chalky candy on the sidelines. Sign guy, do you want a treat? You want a treat, sign guy? Where you at, sign guy? Here. This is to keep you um satiated so you don't go unionizing on me. Screw off, sign guy. Sign guy thinks he's a wise guy. Wow. Munch on those chalky candies in the back if you want. See, this is why I regret throwing office pizza parties, because it just, you know, it all gets taken for granted at the end of the day. It really does. Nobody's ever grateful. Anyway, let's play some Minecraft. Enough yapping. Enough yapping. Let me get the Minecraft music going. Right? Hopefully the audio is all right. I'm so I'm so tight-butted about the audio, I know, but I've had issues with it in the past. Who's online? Harold and Zymac. Zymac? I don't know. Oh, no. No, not this again. Why? I logged on earlier and it was fine. Why? Please. Please, V8 Craft. Please. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. I don't want to do another gambling stream. Oh my god, you completely derailed everything. It's completely derailed everything. It worked like 5 minutes ago. It's because I got this new stupid version that I'm using. Now I remember why I decided not to change anything ever. It's because whenever you do change things, well, then you screw it up at the beginning. And that's a problem. No, we can't change anything ever because no, we have it as unproblematic as the current system can be. I say that, and then I observe the congealed, swirling mass of problems that is the current world. Or at least that was the original line of thinking. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I can at least stand behind that philosophy, but now everything's just broke, and it does need fixing. So I can't even rely on old-fashioned lines of, you know, passing the responsibility on to the next guy. God! I'm about to baby rage. I'm about to rage. It worked like 5 minutes ago. I swear it did. Oh my god, why? Okay, Man, the stream hasn't even started and it's already derailed. Well, I guess I'll find something else to talk about to keep my gums a flapping. Keep my gums a flapping and keep the stream a yapping. That's what I gotta do. Alright, well, what else should I talk about? It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. Um, maybe people have their, well, I was going to say the word sweetheart, but I think that word has been tainted by a certain red and blue striped shirt wearer whose name shall not be spoken upon this stream, but I feel like every day I become slightly closer to that certain individual. And I think to myself, well, maybe it was only fate. Maybe it was only fate. Maybe I did it to myself. It probably is a skill issue. You know, I always have trouble trying to figure out what's a skill issue and what's not a skill issue. You know, you ever like there's and I've said this before. There's like this weird gray area. You know, like there's this weird gray area in between like um like where you know you're good, like you're within your mental bounds, you're within your, you're like, all right, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I got a system and all that, and then other times there's like this gray area where, well, maybe I could be or maybe I couldn't be. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. And maybe that's just that uncomfortable, boundary where it's like that's where you're growing. That's the grow zone. But sometimes the grow zone is just it just reinforces your I'm screwedification of yourself. Or maybe we're all a little screwed a little bit. It's kind of a screwy year, at least for most of us. At least for most of us. All right, let's see if I've yapped enough. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Yippee! Okay, well, I can't use the FreeCam client, so it looks like I'm doing this the old-fashioned way tonight. Well, thanks for putting up with me if you happen to be watching the archive. There. All right. Back to your regularly scheduled Minecraft content on Valentine's Eve. You know, if your birthday happens to fall on Valentine's, I might suggest that you rename it to Birthentine's Day. That's a concept I came up with a while back, but just things to think about if your birthday just happens to fall on that day. It's not impossible. There's only 365, maybe one more if you're a weirdo, days in a year. So, yeah, just things to think about. Is that how leap years work? Or do they have one fewer day? I don't remember. No, they have one extra day because now I remember, because if you happen to be born on a leap day, you can only celebrate. You see, that's the de-aging hack that they don't want you to know about. Is if you happen to be born on a leap day, you can only celebrate your birthday once every 4 years, so you age 4 times slower than everyone around you. That's a little quirk of reality right there. It's a little quirk. The only problem is that the world moves 4 times faster around you, so you can't really keep up with anything. If you were born on leap day, you have the advantage of, living longer than everybody, but you also have the disadvantage of having the reaction time of a sloth. It's just, every time you're born into the world, it's kind of like a gamble, you know? It really is. It really is a gamble as to what your circumstances will be. And I think about that sometimes. Um, like, it is extremely bizarre that I happened to be born at this particular point in history. Just think about that. In the billions and billions of years, and a billion is 1,000 millions, and I mean, you're lucky to live to be 100, and 100 will be the longest amount of time you'll ever, you know, encounter, ever. So, a billion is inconceivable, and yet the world has been around for that many years, times like 4 or 5, and we just happen to be at this weird point in the history of all things ever to exist where, we're just living in this technology age, which if sometimes it kind of freaks me out if I think about it for too long. And maybe I advise you not to think about it because it's just happening whether you think about it or not. So maybe you're just better off just not freaking out about the insane reality that we live in. But I'm sure that's not necessarily something new that I've talked about. I'm sure there's other people that have come to that conclusion. Anyway, enough yapping. I'm doing a little side project now. Well, it's to serve the catacombs, so it's catacomb adjacent. Catacombs are that project I have over there for anybody unacquainted that I was just in at the beginning. But today I am working on Alabamaville Central Storage. So I've been kind of poking around at it, and I think I'll need to get a moderator to kind of adjust my um, permissions here because Pleasant K Pro is in my way. Wait, oh no, maybe not. I thought there was a claim around here, so oh, it must be right here. Yeah, Pleasant K Pro's claim is right here, and he's just been kind of blocking up this random patch of sand for the past 5 years, so I think I have a precedent to have a moderator come in and adjust things for me. But anyway, I need to have that done. But in the meantime, though, I'm going to be chipping away at the Alabamaville garbage pile. At the garbage. Garbage gaming. Hey, there's another idea for a channel name. You know, maybe maybe my real problem is that I just haven't gotten the right branding yet. It's all about the brand. How are you supposed to set yourself apart in an ocean of despair? And then I look at my resume, and then I looked at my and then I look at my completely blank LinkedIn page, and I think, you know, if I ever do doctor up my LinkedIn page to set myself apart, it's it it might have just been wasted effort, really. I do think about that from time to time. But then there are people that did, you know, win the job lottery, and I'm like, or the internship lottery. We're having a career fair in like a month, so this little malaise that, well, it's not a malaise because I know exactly where it's coming from, but this little funk that I'm in will probably be solved after the career fair, and I can just hand the recruiting manager guy, get girl, they, them person that, and I can just like hand them my physical resume and portfolio and be like, hey, please give me an internship or a job or something, please. Please. You're playing your part in making or breaking the illusion of a stable life, and I hope you know that. And anyway, but yeah, hopefully that'll all pan out whenever I go to the career fair in a couple of months. Um, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'm just digging at the garbage, I should say. I got to be a little bit sophisticated here. A little bit sophisticated. I swear to God, if anybody at the career fair says, just, I like the cut of your jib, kid. Uh, apply to us on LinkedIn. I'm gonna pull my hair out, and I'm gonna pull their hair out. Because why are they even there by that point? Hmm, I don't know. I mean, I put as much effort into my I feel like I put at least an above average amount of effort into my things. Not like it's not exceptional, but I feel like it's at least a little bit above the mark. Um, and it could just be that maybe they're just only looking to hire fourth years, not third years. I can see that. Go away, infant. Come back next year. I can respect that. They say you're not serious. You are not serious. You are not a serious collegiate if you're a third year. But a fourth year means, please God, I'm getting desperate. And you know I'm desperate. Why else would I be at this career fair? Anyway, I'm really going on a rant. And, whenever I say stuff, I sometimes I feel like I'm coherent, but then in the late hours of the night like this, after I've been worn down by the day, I can't really go back and kind of rewind my thoughts or kind of vet my thoughts before they pour out of my mouth. And I'm just like, was that just word salad? Am I giving you all a healthy, green, and delicious word salad with bean sprouts and croutons? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's just what you get whenever it comes to these streams, I guess. It's a built-in feature. And nobody's sleeping. What should I do when nobody's sleeping? There's another question, another little thinker for ye. Maybe I'll figure out what to do with this note block. I dug this note block out of the dumps. I don't know why it was in the trash pile. Can I add it to my speaker system? What to do with this note block? It came from the garbage pile. I guess I could put it in my room. Here. I'll improve the stereo on the TV. There. That's nice, isn't it? There we go. Now I have extra sound, so I can have little parties with all of my pets. Pet party. Pet party. Hi, Loretta. Or maybe I can freak everybody out and put my old player head on. So then I'll look smarter because my head will be slightly more large. I have enlarged my head and also changed my glasses and my hat very slightly. Why didn't I just use the hat from this skin? I've wasted my effort making a whole other hat. Is it solid white? No, it's not even solid white. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I even like the brim on this hat better than the one on this hat. Or like the little band. See, this band has a little bit of shine to it, whereas this one's just boring. Man, I've really let my standards slip, haven't I? Oh well. They can't all be winners. The skins that suck a little bit just make the good ones shine even brighter. And that is true. You know, we all respond to precedents in some way. Um, every day we're surrounded, and again, we're kind of looping back into this whole unfathomable age of humanity and age of all things that have ever existed type of deal. But we're also surrounded by technology and luxuries and things that were unfathomable for all of history until right now, and we don't really even perceive it. Not that much, really. I'm also of the assertion that if we just had the ability to slow down a little bit, we probably would become more contemplative and appreciative of things that we are surrounded with, and maybe more respectful of them too. But the world demands um, pain, mental anguish from all of us. At least this country does. At least that's how it feels to me. And I know there's people that share that sentiment, but every now and then I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm the delusional one still. Sometimes I wonder if delusions just become truths after a while. You know, they might. I mean, they'd have to. I've seen examples of it. That's not to say I'm wrong in how I feel. You know, how you feel is how you feel. You can't just tell somebody that things that they're obviously feeling are wrong. But I don't know. It's kind of it's one of those weird goopy gray areas again. You know, it could be, could not be. Depends on how you perceive it. Um, but then enough people start to feel one way, and then they kind of group together, and then they create a movement. And then I kind of have to wonder, like, is the metric that is the most accurate metric of measurement we have just the court of public opinion? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's the only one that really holds weight in the world, but I guess there are also other metrics of if you're right or not, but it only really becomes recognized again whenever it becomes, the general acceptance of everybody. I don't know. Just depends on where you draw the line, I guess. You got to draw it somewhere, unless you want to float up and around and get nothing done ever in the aether of um, zero contexts. I feel like whenever you get to that point, the idea of contemplating things and really getting meta with it just kind of becomes useless for the normal person, which is fine. I mean, it's good to think about thinking and act on it and all of that, but, whenever it comes down to the bottom line of things, well, bottom line wins out. It's certainly easier to get meta about things in times of relative prosperity than whenever it really comes down to the wire, you know? It's all fun and games until terrible things start happening on the world stage. It's daytime again. I should really just start mining. Just keep mining. Mining. There's so many weird treasures in here. I feel like I'm gonna like stumble upon some kind of ancient curse in this garbage pile. Like maybe I shouldn't be unearthing this. Like maybe there's like an ancient virus in here or something. Like I don't even know exactly everything that's in here. I mean this is a bunch of random blocks that I dumped here like 5 years ago. I don't remember what I put in here 5 years ago. Got some quartz blocks in here. I don't know why I threw those on the garbage pile. It's like archaeology. I mean, 5 years is ancient in Minecraft. 5 years, this server's only 9 years old. It was over half of this server's lifetime ago. What else could be lurking beneath the surface? I don't even know. I don't remember what I was doing. What I was thinking about back in high school. I don't know. We'll see. Got some quartz in here. I don't know why I dumped that in here. This stuff is expensive. I was stupid. I don't know why I put that in there, but I guess I'll use it for the catacombs now. One man's trash is another man's treasure. I feel like I've molted since high school. Like my previous skin shell has dried up and kind of, fell off, and now it floats away in the wind. So now there's like like my skin husk is just floating away in the wind, and like it looks like a ghost or like an alien or something. And then people whip out their phones and they start taking videos of like the flying alien man, and they're like, "What's that? What's that?" Well, little do they know it's just my skin husk. Nothing supernatural about that. It's very lightweight, so it's nearly buoyant on a slightly breezy day. It's pretty neat to see. It's like those paper lanterns that they send up. Sort of like that. And sometimes I do, I'll put like a little wire base at the bottom of it, and I'll just light. Really, all you need is a candle to get uplift on it. Just put a little candle in the wire base, and then, oh, there goes the skin suit. I molt twice a year. Twice a year. I have a winter skin and a summer skin. It's very nice. It's always very refreshing whenever I finally get my new outer layer of skin, you know? I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I don't even know why people really bother with the spa, to be honest. I mean, just wait for the natural molting period to happen. I think I'm going to let a lot of these blocks despawn just because, well, what I'm building here actually would be useful for this particular type of block mix because melons? Why did I put melons in here? Lapis? I put a bunch of stuff in here. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I left little treasures for myself in here 5 years ago. Maybe that was the goal. Maybe I knew that I would come back one day and remove this, and then I put little treasures in here. I don't remember. And look, there's like mobs that got in here. Bunch of critters. I don't know what all this is. I was being stupid. I was being lay stupid. This is a landfill, I think, in probably the most original sense. 'Cause, I really am just kind of filling in the land, especially like down here. I'm just kind of building over the garbage pile in this area. But yeah, it's kind of filled it in a little bit. I don't know if this is like a thing that people have recognized before, or if there's like a term or a word for it. But lately, I've found that I um I like it things. I like it things. I like things whenever they're kind of like perfectly canny. You ever get that? Like, it's one thing having like something that's kind of like rough around the edges or rusted. I like that as well. But then there's also kind of like this enjoyment that you get from just seeing something in its kind of pure original state, you know? I mean, I'm sure other people have picked up on that. In fact, I can think of quite a few examples of that. Like, it's the kind of enjoyment that you get from like a restored historic site or um, I don't know, like a brand new book or iPad or computer, untouched, clean, no smudges, no cracks, no chips. It's perfectly canny. You can only have that once in the product's lifespan. But then, you use it and it gets its wear and tear on it. And eventually, it'll get these other qualities to it. And you can either choose to appreciate them for what they are, or, you can view them as a bad thing, you know. That's kind of a mindset thing. Especially whenever, you know, your car gets its first scratch on it or whatever. It's just like, oh, no, gosh dang it. And there is, like a period of time where it's just like it's slowly getting ruined and you want to stop it from getting ruined. But then once it gets so much rust and so much scratches on it, then it just kind of becomes part of its aesthetic quality on its own. And I don't know where that threshold is, but, you know, it's nice when it's brand new. It's nice when it's old and seasoned, but I feel like there's this kind of middle ground that is very unwelcome by many people. And me too. But, when it's new, protect it. But when it's slightly used, ugh, ugh. And then it just becomes all reliable after a while. But I don't know if I prefer things to be perfectly canny or if I prefer things more to be just like a little bit worn, you know? I don't know. I think there's a certain rarity and exclusivity to having something in its untouched, well, mostly untouched original state. There's something fresh about that. That's not to say that I could ever hope to have everything that I ever own be canny. For instance, I carry around this really old thermos, and it's well, it's got these spots where the paint is, rubbed off or chipped off, or sometimes I drop it. And over the years, it gets more and more just chipped paint spots. One day I dropped it on the sidewalk kind of hard, and now there's like this strange scratchy surface on one side of it. Um, but and it's also kind of started to rust where the paint's fallen off, so it's got like a patina. But I don't know. I kind of like it for what it is. It still keeps my water cold, and now it has a little bit of a story behind it. That's kind of a mindset thing. You can either view it as, oh gosh dang it, it's not perfectly perfect anymore, or you can just view it as, yeah, one day I was rushing and I dropped it on the sidewalk, so that's that scratch. Or, one day, well, most of the stories that I have involving dents or scratches just involve me being in a rush and dropping it, but is what it is, I guess. I think it's better for the environment to keep old things. That's another reason why I like them. It also just helps me feel, I don't know, it's like, it kind of helps me have a little bit more of a solid identity around those objects, as strange as that is. I know it's kind of performative to, base your identity around a object. Oh, you're being performative, but I don't know. Once it's stuck around with you for a while, it almost does become like a part of you. I don't really like to change my appearance too much. I've been wearing the same kind of shoes since fourth grade. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Like I've said before, there's also kind of a nice aspect to the new things as well. So much quartz in here. I really don't know why I put this in here. I must have not recognized how expensive this stuff was. Because I just chucked it right in the landfill. Unless somebody else was throwing stuff in here too, which they might have. I don't know. I don't know who all was adding to the garbage pile during its heyday. Its heyday is long past now. I gotta clean up this side of Alabamaville. You see, this is the bad side of town. Look at all this. Got trash over here, got pollution over there, got random industrial pipe works. Wow, this will become the industrial district. I'm just trying to improve the industrial district, you know? That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to connect this road to that factory over there. Going to connect it, going to plant some trees over there, going to plant some trees along here. I'm going to have some kind of industrial building, or maybe it would be some kind of, thought about building a physical Great Commons on the server. I know that term has been thrown around before, but I think it would be kind of fun to have a physical location for that, a Great Commons, and it could be stocked with all of the farmable items that I have access to via teleportation. But then again, that would be another responsibility that I'd have to tend to. But maybe that would be enough inspiration for me to finally dabble in redstone stuff, even if I don't quite get it. Maybe, I don't know. I've always kind of thought about a giant repository for farmed items. People could go there and just take what they need. Because that's one thing I like about this server is the industrial capacity of everything. I think it's what part of what makes V8C unique. It's like, well, an anarchy server is anarchy and it has its own culture to it, but what happens if people are actually constrained by a certain, though sort of loose set of rules and laws on the server? Then all of a sudden you get this constructive cooperation between people, which is nice. I think it's cool to see different ways that, you know, how discipline is approached on a Minecraft server, how that ends up impacting the behavior of the community. You know, I don't know if any like psychologists or anybody have studied that yet, but it could be a fun little way of doing experiments, just observing people on Minecraft servers. I feel like that's something that could be studied. Uh, Moreover, it's definitely something that you would have multiple precedents of. I'm not a psychology major, nor do I like writing papers or doing research, so that's just a suggestion for you. That's just a suggestion. I am not interested. No, thank you. I'm just gonna yap out my gums. That's my approach to being intellectual about all that. It's kind of annoying how I did a mix of materials in here. At least that's getting me ready for the Valentine's. Oh, whoopsie! It is Valentine's Day. Um, yeah, the Valentine's Day mine. Let me switch these things around. I'll show you all. I think the Valentine's mine is gonna open tomorrow. I think Scuttlebug said that. Did you just see that? I just noticed something. It looked like the chunks loaded smoothly. Like they kind of faded in. That must be a new feature. I like that. That's good. Let me go to the Valentine's mine and I'll show you. Oh, look, yeah, it's just see a face. It just faded in right there. That's new. Oh, oh, looks like they covered it with bedrock. Well, tomorrow they're gonna open this up, and there's gonna be a bunch of ores and stuff down in there. But they mix like concrete powder, and wool and stuff in there, so you gotta switch tools a lot. That's just part of it. This used to be the admin Harry's thing, but he kind of got shunned from the community a little bit, so, well, he kind of left. He left. He wasn't very happy about getting demoted. Um, Not necessarily shunned, but he's still welcome, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, that used to be his thing. Yeah, I like that smooth transition. That's nice. There's going to be some old head out there that's going to say, "Oh, new thing bad," because they always do that. They always do that. It can be the most minute thing, and they go, "Oh, new thing bad, new thing bad. I'm going back to InfDev. Oh, get over here, Rana." Oh no. Oh no. It's all opinion. That's a big opinion thing. I think I prefer whichever version is most relevant because I feel that Minecraft goes where the community goes, you know? Now that there's always a crowd for the older versions, but I'd say most of us play what we're given, the newest version. So that's where I prefer to go. That's where Minecraft kind of found its identity. Is it was led by the community, not people trying to drag their feet in the ground, but I don't know. Just like any discourse, you can go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and you say, "I'm right, I'm right, no, I'm right, I'm right, you're wrong." It's never ending. It's never ending. It'll go back and forth in any discourse. It's this endless loop, this endless spiral, and it goes around and around and around until it finally sputters out. And then at the end of the day, they people move on and maybe find something else to waste their energy on. That's how I feel about discourse debates and all of that. I mean, I don't know. It's definitely good to. Okay, if we could all agree on like a single truth or a truth that we could all go off of, maybe I'd feel a little better about debates and discourse and all of that. But whenever you're trying to argue with somebody that has a fundamentally different view of reality than you, not just about the specifics, not just about, oh, this is like, you're not arguing about the best path forward. It's like it's like there's an interstate and there's a couple of exits off of it. And you can either go to McDonald's or Wendy's, but then the guy you're driving with wants to actually go up into space and try and eat alien meat or something. That's how it feels. Like the car is not going in a logical direction. We're not going to McDonald's. We're going to get Jabba the Hutt's alien burgers. Whoever got mashed in a pulp by the Rancor. Anyway, maybe I'd feel better about debates and discourse and all of that if, again, we could actually agree on reality. Well, I'm not even sure if. I mean, I'm sure there are people. I know people that are. I don't want to get political right now. I don't want to get political right now, but as some YouTube figure once said, politics eventually catches up with us, or something like that. And that's true. That's true. So maybe I shouldn't try and not be political because, especially in this climate, politics catches up with us all. Because because basic realities are becoming political. or have become political and have been for a while by now. It's festered. It's festered and gotten worse. It's an infection. That's what it is. It's an infection. The people who spread lies, at least the people who most effectively spread lies, know exactly what they're doing. I don't think that's a new thing I've said. I really don't say many original things. I really don't. But some of it is conclusions that I've reached independently. It's just, well, if it's a truth, it's a truth. And if anything, having multiple people arrive at the same conclusions independent of each other should um, at least make something be more um, believable. You know, it's like a wheel or a circle. You can't get around circles. You just can't. That is not possible. Circles are a perfect shape, and I'm sure there's people out there that really would love to innovate their way around wheels and circles and all of that. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. Impossible. As much as somebody would be chomping at the bit to have some kind of patented wheel alternative, you can't get around that. You can't get around that. There's certain aspects of reality that are just they're impossible. They're impossible to get around. And I like that. I like that circles are perfect. I like that. Gives me that little bit of stability, you know? That's really what it is. That's why I like circles so much. Because they're proof that some things are indeed objective. And I'm not deluding myself into thinking that cars roll best with wheels. It can't be a triangle, it can't be a square. I think one day, I know that one day, things will swing back in the other direction. I know that for a fact. I guess I'll collect these melons too. Valentine's Day, Valentine's. Let's get back on some topical things, shall we? Topical things. Valentine's Day. Hmm. Hope you all have found a sweet, uh, hmm, a sweetheart. Yeah. Oh no. I need to work on my Christopher C impression. Uh Christine Weston Jesus Sonichu uh the CPU goddess Chandler Ricardo or something. Um yeah, I need to work on my impression, I guess. Chris Chan's not really that relevant anymore, nor should Chris ever have been. We've collectively created whatever that was. It could have gone so many different, better ways. Oh well. I guess you know, it's kind of refreshing that we have our, I won't say folk hero, but I guess strange public figures. It's like the modern equivalent of like the Elephant Man or something. Well, the Elephant Man was actually pretty alright from what I heard. Yo! Yo, welcome to Streambo.com. Thanks for the advertisement, you freak. Thanks for gumming up my chat. At least nobody's been showing up trying to sell me things lately. Probably because I actually have a competent stream setup now. They're like, oh, I guess he bought something. Nope. It's all handmade and artisanal. All of my stream assets were made by me, except for that picture in the back, but well, maybe I could go out with my camera one day and actually make a real background photo. I probably should, because I feel like if I include that particular cityscape behind me for too long, somebody's gonna like get all freaky about it, gouge my eyes out or something, and steal my wallet. Um, so I guess I could. You know, I've thought about it for a while, and I have been taking some art classes this semester, and I feel like I've been getting a little bit more confident in my artistic abilities because of that. It's really been nice. It's been a nice challenge. It's quite a bit more focused than high school art classes. The professors actually have constructive things to say instead of looks good. I'll hang it up on the wall. Which you know, it's nice to. I like the affirmations, but it's kind of nice to just have some constructive criticism with artwork. I don't know, it's kind of refreshing for me. Um, but yeah, I've been taking some art classes, so I thought maybe if I get good enough at it, maybe I'll take like a little screenshot of a section of Alabamaville, and I'll try and draw it, because I have some alcohol markers that I've been wanting to use. Maybe I could like draw it and like draw it on a big sheet of paper, like I don't know, some part of Alabamaville's skyline, and maybe I could use a mod to extend my render distance for me personally. But yeah, I'll just some sort of view like this from the roof, and then maybe I could go in and draw it with physical media, and then I got this really nice uh, big what is it, canvas paper stuff. And I thought maybe I could draw it with the alcohol markers on that, and yeah, it'd be really fun. Be really fun, and I could test out my artistic abilities after this semester. I feel like that would be a good proving grounds, and then I could draw that, and maybe I could even turn it into merch of some sort. You know, sell prints of my artwork. So you know, I could use it for multiple things, and I could also go in Illustrator and animate it. Like I don't know, make little flashing lights or you know, little city ambience things. Maybe make little cars go by or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing, but it might be a nice little background for the stream. So maybe that'll be my next thing to upgrade for this setup. It is nice making it my own. You know, that's a good feeling, making something your own. No, I do technically have the means or the money. I mean, I've got a little bit of extra money laying around. I could have, I guess, bought some things from an artist, and I have nothing against you know supporting art, but it's just nicer. I feel nicer just making it for myself, you know. It's like it's my own sensibilities, it's my own taste, so I may as well use it, especially because well, you know that's the line of work I'll be going into. So at the very least, it's a useful exercise in graphic design, doing all these little stream assets. So maybe I'll be the guy trying to peddle stream things after so long, you know? Maybe. Maybe. Spare change. Spare change. It's gonna be like that. I'm gonna go to grad school for a couple of years, just to delay the dire straightedness of things. I'm just holding back the dam with my pinky finger. before the rubber really meets the road. Oh, maybe it won't be that bad. You know, I work things up in my mind. I really do. I always think they'll be a lot worse than when they do. And, well, I like to account for the lowest common denominator, I guess. Whenever I prepare for things, I like to prepare for the absolute worst so that whenever that thing does happen, I can be confident that it'll all turn out all right. It'll all turn out okay. But it also means that, I don't know, I can be a little bit of a recluse, kind of be a numberhead about things a little bit, which, uh, and that kind of works to my disadvantage whenever I really could be a little bit more fast and loose with things. That's just keeping me back. I don't think that's something I could really fully elaborate on unless you were me. That's, yeah. If you maybe you understand. I don't know. I'm kind of word salading right now. I'm just finding things to talk about. I'm yapping. I'm a little yap miser. You know what I need to do before these streams? I need to do some research, and I need to be like that guy with the white T-shirt. What's his name? Charlie from Florida. I need to be a little bit more like him and just talk about topical things during these streams, right? Because yeah. I guess I could do that. Maybe during my free time I'll listen to the news. Well, I don't want to talk about the news. I really don't want to talk about the world. I don't want to talk about the state of the world. You don't want to hear about the state of the world. Or maybe you do, but I don't really want to talk about it because I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of hearing about it. I'm so sick of the red flashing lights all the time. And that makes me part of the problem because now I want to become complacent. That's my first step in complacency. Why did I put iron in here? Why did I do this? I don't know. I don't know why I did this. I was very irresponsible whenever I was but a wee lad in high school. During the very beginnings of the COVID era is whenever I joined this server. I joined in well, let's see. I think so like a month before this, so like June of 2020. June of 2020. That's whenever I first joined this server. 2020. I wish I took more advantage of all of that excess free time I had back then. I wish I started streaming back during the COVID days. You know, that's whenever people were really hitting it big. That's whenever the gold rush was really gold rushy. That was during the Minecraft Renaissance. I missed the mark by 5 years. Maybe I need to just wait for the re-Renaissance, and then it never comes. And then I'm just the holdout. I'm just the holdout. All that sweet, sweet content has been sapped up. It has been sapped. I should have known. I should have known. Maybe I just need to wait for the hipsters to show up in 20 years and be like, "Oh, I was born during the wrong decade. Look at the COVID. Look at the masks. Look at all the look at all of that. No, I'm looking at it through rose-tinted glasses. You know what we need to do? We need to go play Minecraft and Animal Crossing." And then I'll be on top. Then I'll be out on top whenever the hipsters show up in 20 years and they'll see all the things I built in Minecraft by that point, you know? 20 years. I've only been on this server. I haven't even been on this server 6 years. I only really got serious about it whenever college started, which I shouldn't have been. Like I've said before, all that you see in front of you is a product of my procrastination and, quite frankly, irresponsibility. Luckily, luckily, you are far removed from any shame or guilt that I feel. So you get to enjoy it uh, to its purest extent, you know? So I guess I can feel a little better about things being like that. You know, things are a lot easier whenever you view it through the lens of not being the person that is having to deal with it, you know? It's like whenever people think of medieval peasants and stuff and like laugh about them, make jokes about them. But then if you were a peasant, you wouldn't be laughing. Maybe what leads people to find humor in that? Is it more of a relief? Is it more of a I guess it is. It's just thank God it's not me. I don't know. Does that mean I wish I wasn't me? To an extent, maybe. To an extent, maybe. But I can't really be anybody other than me, unfortunately. Unless they invent head transplants. Well, I don't think that would necessarily help anything either. I'd still have the same head on my head. Not too much going on in this server tonight. I think ZMAC has a cool skin. You see that on the tab menu up on the top? I like that. I like just the blank skin with the flowers on it. It's kind of a nice. I wish there were more shades like that in this game, like those shades of flowers on ZMAC's head. I wish there were more blocks that were those colors. I keep saying it, but we need eggshell colors. Like, we have the frog lights, sure, but I'm talking pastel green. If there's a nice pastel teal color, that would be great. That would be great. I know there's cyan, and I know there's like prismarine and all of that, which is fine and good, and I'm glad they're in the game, but pastel, like you know, what if we just had pastel dyes? Pink is a good pastel color. We have pink, sort of. But what if we had one shade lighter? Um, pastel blue, pastel green especially. I would love to have a color like that. And more patterns. I keep pushing for more patterns. Like they could add a sawmill block, then you could have different grains of wood planks. You could have like patterned glass, like different frames on the glass if you put it in the, well, maybe not a sawmill block, but I guess a stone cutter maybe, or maybe, they could add crafting stations for all that stuff too, you know, and especially since they like made name tags craftable now, which is fine, but it creates less incentive to go out and collect stuff. Maybe you could go out and collect special crafting stations, that you could use to make special blocks with, like, I don't know, maybe the glass making station, I guess it'd be a soldering table to make special glass frames. Maybe maybe you could get like the material for the crafting station. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you need some kind of ingredient, or you'd have to find the crafting station, in a special spot. You know, just encourage people to explore a little more. You don't make everything craftable. I mean, what are you doing, Mojang? What are you doing? I want special items. Or maybe they could make like certain crafting recipes or something. Only be found in special spots. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Another thing I wish Mojang would add is well, and I think I've mentioned this before, but you've got the smoker, you've got the blast furnace, which are great, but there's a missing link whenever it comes to smelting stone, bricks, and glass. Well, I think there's a fairly obvious furnace that you could do, and it would just be a kiln. Just add a kiln block, and then you can bridge the gap with, the glass and everything. Or like glazed terracotta. I mean, it just makes sense. It just makes sense to do something like that. I don't know why they haven't introduced that type of crafting station. Or figure out what to do with the fletching table. Here's a fun idea for a fletching table. Fletching that involves feathers. Maybe the fletching table could have you, like, the arrows in Minecraft, they have the feathers on the back of them. Maybe you could do colored feathers, like your own special feather patterns on the arrows. I think that'd be fun. A way to personalize your weaponry. Leave your mark. Or like you shoot somebody and all of a sudden they've got their colored arrows, their special brand of arrows sticking out of your head. You know exactly who did it. Or you could also dye the arrow tip. That'd just be fun. It'd just be a fun way to personalize your stuff. I don't know why they haven't done it. That's a use for the fletching table. I mean, would it really be that hard? I don't think so. I mean, well, I've never gotten into development before, and I already have enough grief trying to make all these stream assets, let alone try and code something into a game, so what do I know? But it's just working with features you already got, really. Ideas that are already in the game. Isn't that what it's all about? Kind of making robustifying things? That's a big thing that they like to do for the updates. I feel like it's pretty easy things to think about. But I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to ring that bell. I need to get that little GIF up on screen of what is it? The hello neighbor guy ringing the bell. Hello neighbor. That was I feel like it's kind of lingered in the back of the internet zeitgeist for a while. Like, how long was that even relevant for? I mean, I remember when Hello Neighbor was a thing, but then it kind of got tied up in all the Elsagate stuff, and now nobody talks about it except in a kind of ironic way. It's kind of ironic. Ironic, isn't it? Very ironic. Who pinged me? Who pinged me on Discord? Discordians, Discordians. Hello, my little Discord freaks. Hello. Oh, welcome to my internet cesspool. My cesspool of Discordians. Man, it's a nice feeling getting this garbage pile out of here finally. I will say that. It's like a blank canvas. Now we just need to get Nikocado out of here. I think I'm gonna rebuild like the glutton spirit of Nikocado, which is basically just his head and like a stomach, like what you see here. I'm gonna rebuild this in the catacombs. And he's going to eat the souls of people that have misbehaved on the server. He's going to eat their souls, so he's going to be wrapped up in the V8C mythology. This gluttonous spirit that we have here, this gluttonous hate. That's what I'm going to do with that. Just so I have somewhere to move him to. So I don't like him. Well, he used to be the king of the garbage pile, but then Alabamaville just kind of expanded out this way. The plans have gotten bigger than Nikocado's stomach ever did. Then his gut. That's not a stomach, that's a gut. that is. Wonder how Nicholas Cotto is doing. I haven't heard too much about him lately, which well, obviously you wouldn't. He hasn't necessarily done anything sensational lately, and that's what everybody latches onto. He destroyed his body, at least temporarily. Did he really get away with it? I mean, surely that had to have caused some kind of long-term effects, being the way he was all those years. But I don't know. I don't know. Then I think of the gradual mental toll that, things tend to take on you, them raising your blood pressure, and I'm like, well, maybe he actually did get off better than the rest of us. I mean, he actually did make out like a bandit. Now, if he keeps all that, I don't know. I don't know how much he made off of YouTube and all of that. I would assume millions, but I guess whenever you make millions, it's easy to spend millions too. That's the consequences of a raised standard of living. So I don't know. I don't know how I would behave if I ever got in a position like, well, of fame and fortune that so many of us aspire to. I mean, if I'm being really honest right now, and I think I'm speaking for most of us on these platforms, we're streaming towards an end of sorts. I don't think that's, I mean, maybe that should remain unspoken, but I think, at least for most streamers, there is this kind of quiet desperation. Um, anyway, I probably shouldn't be saying the unspoken part out loud now, should I? I'm here to entertain you all, not make you upset. Maybe it should be. I don't know. I don't know what the most constructive thing is to do here, but I probably should remain um, entertaining. Right? Yeah. Or I don't know. Anyway, let's just yeah. Let's see what else. Um, what else? Here's a little interesting thing about the world that you may not be aware of. If you happen to be watching TV or just looking at advertisements, being in an environment where you might receive some fast food ads, you might notice that this time of year happens to come with a lot of fish sandwich advertisements for some strange reason. Well, if you're Catholic, you might understand, but if you don't understand, you don't understand, so I'll explain it here anyway because, well, oh, Chunk is online. Chunk said that he was gonna make me a little map art. I hope it's a safe for work map art. Oh God. Oh God. Let me, before I screw up my prospective streaming career, let me, here, here, I have an idea. I'm just gonna shrink my, I'm just gonna move this out of the way real quick just to make sure that, uh, Chonk asked if I'm cleaning landfills. Well, I guess I'll get this on the screen real quick, at least until he gives me the map art. He's gonna give me a map art, but I want to make sure it's okay. Oh, ooh, may I see? And he's gonna give me the map art, and then I'm just going to wait. What's it called? The college dropout. Oh, okay, let me just okay. Let me just see what this looks like. Oh, well, okay. Well, this is pretty cool. All right. Well, there you go. All right. I think it's fine to show here, 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 and then I will there, there. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Looks awesome. I'll get it up on display. Get it up on display. Cool. So there is Chunk's contribution. And you know what? This is probably a good place to change gears a little bit because I do have some interesting museum developments that have occurred, and I guess I should tend to those while I'm here. You know, I really am more productive whenever it comes to the things I don't want to do. Well, I say don't want to do. I guess the more obligatory things I should say on the server because I don't know, whenever I feel like somebody's watching, whether they are or aren't, there's kind of a digital panopticon I put myself in by streaming, and so I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing, but I'll show you all what's been going on in the museum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yeah. Right, so we get that, and then we get that, and we need another glow ink. Need another glow ink, because I'm gonna dye the sign. Right, then I'm gonna put that right there, and then I'm gonna put this up in the map art display. But so we have this map art that I've just received from Chonk. Thank you very much, Chonk. And we also have a very interesting new exhibit. So earlier today, and I wish I took a video of this. I wish I took a video of this because it was really quite the sight to see. So earlier today, somebody showed up in this room, in this dome room in the museum. Stuck. I think Chunk got stuck. I don't know how he managed that, but somebody showed up in this dome room with a ghast, like a happy ghast, and they had a boat. And inside of that boat, they brought me this. This is not a player that's online right now. This is a clone of one of the mods on the server. So one of the admins spawned this in, and somebody put it in a boat and brought it all the way here on a happy gas. So I'm gonna have to figure out where to put this too. There's one of the more unique exhibits we have on display. Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it. It's like quilting. Yeah, yeah. Map arts are quite the feat. All right, well, let's get this hung up here. I'm just gonna put this over here, and then I'm going to, let's see, what names, what letters, what numbers go after Chonk's name? 9406. Chonk 9406 by Chonk, Chonk 940 and 6. There we go, and there you go. There is your first. Now he said that he's going to make a whole bunch of these, so maybe I should make like a designated wall, but if I start receiving more, well, I'll just, I guess I'll make the wall of his arts then. Yeah, Harry cheated his map arts, and Harold is now indignant about it. Yeah, basically the fiat currency of map arts, that is. They are the biggest and best map arts on the server. Well, if somebody ever does surpass these, it really would give extra value to them because Harry just spawned these in. But if you were to build something like this and surpass it by hand, you know, that's quite a claim to fame. Chunk says, I plan on making a series, probably 8 or 9. It would be nice if I could have them next to each other. Well, that's just what I was talking about. Yeah, I'll make sure to get a wall of them going. For now, I'll have it be stand alone until more are received. Yeah, just to keep things nice and tidy. Oh wow. Oh, 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 go for it. Oh, looks like Chunk's working pretty quick then. Working pretty quick with the map arts. Well, guess I'll need to reserve a spot pretty soon then. I can do that. Spent 6 hours on it today. Maybe he'll get a big spurt of motivation and maybe he'll keep it going for just long enough to get all the map arts, you know? Get that 2 week Minecraft phase, get it broke in real good, real fast, and then he's just gonna be like, oh, I'm never gonna map art again. Uh, excited to see the next one. The next map art from the guy. Let's see. Oh. It was the Rift of 25. It was a significant, all things considered. Plus, it was just donated like any other book. Someone decided to write on it. The Rift of 25. Oh, what an infamous event in V8C's history. I don't really remember what it was about. And that happened last November. That only happened a few months ago, and I don't even remember everything. I was there. I was there for it. Well, that's how internet drama goes, isn't it? Harold asks, "What's that?" That, uh, no, players leaving or something. And that whole thing that happened. You see, Harold doesn't even remember it. He was there too. He was there too. He was on the front lines of it. He doesn't even remember what it was about. I don't remember what it was about. Oh, Chonk has the OG copy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Fancy. Hold on to that one. Chonk has the OG of that book. I guess I could read it to everybody. Does everybody want to have a little bit of story time? Read you a little book. Let's see, where is it? It's in the library here somewhere. This is another organization nightmare that I'm making for myself. I think it's over this way, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. I think I put it kind of on just like front and center a little bit, just because I felt like it was one of the more relevant books. Oh gosh, dang it! I forgot to put the author on here. Well, that's all right. Let's see. Just to make sure it was in fact made by Risky Property, and it was Risky Property. Ricky Prop. Boop. There we go. Alright, story time, everybody. Story time. Let's see. Oh, be kind, rewind. Somebody didn't. Whatever. Oh, there's even little timestamps in here. So, it all began on November 8th of 25. An argument between Natalie is nearby and Moth began. Following the exchange, Natalie was muted on Discord and decided to leave the server. Several other players left with her, including now former mod CC Queen, Amethyst Rose, Mini Enderman, and Plush Puffin, although Plush still comes on V8 on rare occasions. Those players formed their own server with a whitelist. Here, on the oldest Anarchy server on Minecraft, here is a log of Nat and Moth's argument pulled from Discord prior to deletion. Natalie: I will leave the server if that happens, if Elite Rank loses infinite set homes as proposed by Moth. And then Moth says, oh, hysterical. Oh, you peon. You hysterical peon. How dare you question my authority? Then Nat says, rude. No. A, it's a matter of having bought something that is being retroactively taken away. B, naming a new slash home for every typo I do of any given home is the only antidote to the freak butt slash home cooldowns over typos. And C, frankly, your attitude about the and then it gets cut off, and then Moth says, A, in terms and conditions of every package on the server, it says that it's at our discretion to change the nature of the packages at will, including their features and prices. B, reformulate that sentence so it makes sense. C, cool. Is that why in the past it is, I think that got cut off again, and then it says, it is unbelievably annoying that I just enlist a suggestion and without even establishing what the caveats are of that suggestion, this devolves into an idiotic argument. But yeah, I can see why it would cause backlash. And then Natalie says, A, that doesn't mean we're not allowed to feel upset over dumb changes. B, I have to make several slash homes for every location that might be prone to a typo, all because you decided that I need to wait however many seconds anytime I screw up a command, so why limit? And then Moth interjects and says, B still makes no sense. And then Natalie says, then think through it. Moth says, B literally makes no freaking sense because home cooldown can either be on slash home as a universal command or discrete set homes. And then Moth says, explain how making new set homes possibly circumvents that. Natalie says, it sends me to the home location of the typo, which is identical to the proper name. I don't even know what they're talking about, to be honest, but it was more about how Moth was conducting himself in that particular moment than anything. Then Natalie says, I slash set home the typo every time I screw up a slash home, whatever, so that I don't have to sit and wait through a nonsense cooldown. Oh, now I see. It's about the slash home cooldown. That's what spurred all of this, because Moth put a cooldown on the slash home command. That's right. Moth says, would you not have to get home that home first to set the home in order for the location for that to work? Natalie says, next time it happens. Then Moth says, you should know, really, you should really learn how to express yourself better. None of your previous explanations made any sense. And then Natalie says, if I accidentally type slash home Castell instead of castle, then I have to wait for the cooldown. Go to the slash home castle and set home Castell to deal with this stupid cooldown that has no meaningful purpose. Freak you, Moth. Read better, you PP head. I should really, like, just stop it with the whole face that I'm putting on and just read words in their own gritty way. I've never been able to do that. Have I mentioned that? Like, that's just, I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable. Moth says, You are so stupid. There's a difference between one, there's a lot of A, B lists, what's in your head, and two, what you mean when you express. And then Natalie says, this is so rude and inappropriate. Freak you so much, guy. Then Moth says, try and reconcile the two. It's something we attempt in childhood. And so this whole little argument over home cooldowns is basically what spurred this whole controversy that happened. I should mention that both parties, oh no, they're both guilty. Oh, nobody can ever be right because, oh, there's so much nuance and so much contradictions. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I believe Natalie was the right one, but I just want to add the caveat that they both are um, hotheads from time to time. They both have, I guess, a strong sense of indignation. 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 I think indignation, while it can be unfounded from time to time, that's really the fuel. That's the fuel for action, you know? I feel like I wish I was a little bit more hot-headed from time to time. I feel like it could have benefited me in a few cases in my life, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess we all just have a different way of addressing the world, you know? That's really what it is. Also, I don't know if I like that little yellow grid that I put on the midnight Minecraft thing. I mean, I don't know. On one hand, up on the top left, I just looked up at that and now I'm kind of commenting on it. But yeah, I don't know. Um, I mean, the grid does kind of convey that it's some kind of like, I guess, LED light thing. But I think I would have rather it been like that dark red color. I don't know. I don't know. I like that there is a grid, but I don't know if I like it being that color in particular, is what I'm saying, I guess. I might make some adjustments later. Just like, eat my phlegm. Eat my phlegm. There. There, I'll put that up there. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna make some more of those for Valentine's, I think. I'm gonna stream tomorrow night. I'm gonna have more of these little heart candies. I think that I had a lot of fun making that one. I had a lot of fun making that one. I like making little stupid graphic design things. There's a certain amount of joy that I find in that. All right. Oh, they're bugs. They're doing bug speculations in the chat now. Trying to. I don't know who Scuttlebugs is. I don't know who names themselves after an obscure Mario 64 enemy, according to Bugs himself. I like to think, this is my theory, that Moth actually still does run the server, and he just wanted to turn over a new leaf. Like, he just wanted to drop all the drama and stuff, so he basically just made a new account and didn't tell anybody that it's just him. But he just, like, didn't want to deal with, like, the, oh, so now you're changing your mind. Oh. So he didn't want to, he didn't want to back off. Oh, look, Chunk is speculating on that too. He wanted to turn over a new leaf. You see, I think we were on the same wavelength there. Yeah, we're doing our theorizations. Yeah. Theorizations. Yeah, V8's got a PR problem. It does have a PR problem. Oh, there's some kind of other controversy that's been going on lately too. Something that had to do with Justin and other people. I don't know. I've heard the term cesspool thrown around a little bit to refer to the discourse. Discourse, discourse, discourse. Keep it going. Keep the discourse flowing. And let it lead to nowhere. Let it grind us all down. Let it slowly interrupt our mental faculties until we have the energy to do nothing but keep getting ground down by the discourse. Oh, all these secret identities and aliases floating around on the server. I don't know what to think of it. I suppose this is relevant to the holiday, isn't it? I don't even know who put that. I really need to figure out who has trust here and who keeps placing crap around, because there's all these weird signs and stuff. Like somebody put these here a couple of Halloweens ago and I just left them. Oh well, it's now I can't take it down because it's been here a while, so now it's just part of the culture. This graffiti. That's what it is. It's graffiti. Oh well. Oh well. Gosh dang it. I didn't know that one was there. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. I need to build a display case for man, what a detour I took. I really need to build a display case for Jokey's clone here. I'd like it to be prominent. This seems like a prominent display spot. Oh, what's this? What did Maggie Lee send? You're on Discord. What's this? One of these things is not like the others. Oh, it's for some kind of Sandrock game. There's a weird looking character on there. Huh. I've never heard of Sandrock. What is Sandrock? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so Jokey Ender, I think I'm gonna put you front and center because you're kinda like a crown jewel of our collection. It's not every day we get a strange player model clone. That's a very unique item we have now. It's kind of weird referring to this as an item. Like, it's like a person, but it's not. Like, there's no person behind the person. But it's alive, sort of. It's an avatar, but it's an item, not a person. There's no soul here. There's no soul behind those beady teal eyes. I think I'm gonna put the display case front and center with this. Now I will be remodeling this section of the museum one day, so things will get moved around again, but for the time being, because we always have to account for the now, I'll I'll build the Jokiander display right here. Right here, right on center. I think that'll be great. Maybe I guess I could squeeze a few more things in this section of the museum, especially since the new wing is so crowded. And again, this is why I have to do a remodel. But here, I'll just put him on center with this little wall here. Doing a little bit of what is it, Mies You know, wall, just a wall can make space. It's like his little pavilion that he did. I think it was Mies. I think it was the Miesian thing, or one of those guys, one of those modern dudes. Well then, well then. So I have to move him by boat because he is unmovable, unless it is by boat, which probably should have thought that through before I put a little plinth right here, but I guess I do have some leads, so I'll just transport him. They left the happy gas tier that they brought him with, so I guess I'll just grab him there. Here, I want to do some lighting too. I'll put a sea lantern. Where are my sea lanterns at? I'm going to do a little bit of integrated lighting in here. Integrated lighting. Where are my lights at? Where are my sea lanterns? You know what? I'll just go to the Guardian farm because I don't feel like looking for crap right now. Here, here, here. I'll just make one. Just make one real quick here. Here, there we go. All right, and then I will go over here and just get me some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's infinite. I'll throw out the excess. Who cares? Right, and then I will craft myself a nice little sea lantern just like that. Just to put him under, put under him. Right, just like that. And then we'll have this little display case that's front and center for everybody to admire because this is, again, one of the crown jewels of our collection. And I want to show it off. Excuse my sniffles. I have a snotty nose. Eat my phlegm. I guess it's not really phlegm, is it? Phlegm is like the whole milk of the mucus world. Or like not even like whole milk, like like unpasteurized straight from the udder. You know, that's straight from the soul right there. That's what phlegm is. That's what that is. Here. Alright, so let's get you on a boat. Let's get you on a boat. Here. We get you. Oh, wait a minute. Man, this is gonna be a little bit finicky, isn't it? How do you... Oh, there we go. That was easy enough. Right, now we gotta hook you up to the gas. Where'd the transport machine go? There it is. There's the happy gas. I don't know if they like stay within a certain area or not. I don't know. I guess I'll test that. This gas has been. Oh, how do I hook it up? How do I hook it up? There. Get over here. How do I hook it up? Just like that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right. Then we will give it a lift. Give it a lift right there. I think I did it wrong. What do I need to do here? Is that? I think that's leaded to the boat. All right, get over here, please, pretty please. Eat my carrot. Please come over here. Hey, hey, get over here. Hey, hey, hey! Don't you want to be on the Muppet Show? The Schmuppet? I don't know. I don't know quite how I'm supposed to do this. I feel like I'm making it more complicated than what it really is. Well, okay, maybe I'll go over here, right? And then just gotta hook it up. That's it. I just need a lead. I just need to lead you onto. Hey, get over here. Get over here. Here. I'm trying to lead the boat. It's not working. I think I leaded. I think I leaded the wrong guy. I think I'm messing with the wrong guy. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to get my lead back. Just break it. Just break it. I don't know what I'm doing. Why is this complicated? I thought this was supposed to be easy. How do I do this? Oh, it broke again. Why? Okay, that's definitely attached to the boat. Now get over here. Please, you little flying chunk of tofu. Please get over here. please? Please? Please come down. Pretty please? Oh. Maybe I'll have to figure out some sort of different way to get this to work, because I'm a little bit stupid. I'm a little bit stupid. A little bit stupid, and I don't quite know what I'm doing. Uh-oh. Hey, Farlander. We have an interesting exhibit in the museum here. An interesting new exhibit. You see this? Someone managed to get Jokey Ander's clone over here. How's it going, Farlander? Welcome to YouTube, you freak tube. Freak tube. Doing anything for Valentine's Day? I don't know what I'm doing with this lead. Do anything for Valentine's Day? Got any holiday fuzzies? I've just kind of given up, and I think the V8C server is going to be like my Valentine this year. I'm going to like feed it spaghettis through its fan. Phosphorus is drinking his sorrows away for Valentine's. Well, that's fair enough, I guess. Gosh dang it. Please. I don't know how to do this. Like that? Grrg. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Get over here, you little freaky tofu. Please. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to get this boat up on here. Could you please? Maybe here. I'm just gonna quit being stupid dumb, and I'm gonna be stupid dumb in a different way. See if this works. There. See. Oh, well. Okay, well, I'm being stupid dumb in a different way now. But maybe this will work. I think I can at least get this to work. Here. Now, let's see. So maybe if I just there. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That should work. That should work, I think. Just gotta get him. Just gotta get him up over the hump. Over the hump. Oh, and we sank. Come on. Oh, gosh dang it. Gosh freaking dang it. Okay, well, how I don't know how to get the lead on the gas. You're not supposed to move your head. I don't know how you just did that. That's kind of haunting. I think this Jokiander vessel has become possessed. And now it's going to show up in my room in the middle of the night and, I don't know, bite my toes off or something. Let me use the old Googler real quick. Let's see. How to lead a boat to a happy ghast. Step 1. Obtain a happy ghast. Step 2. Craft leads. Step 3. Prepare the boat. How do I prepare the boat? Attach the boat to the happy ghast. With lead in hand, right-click the boat to attach it. Then, while sneaking, right-click on the happy ghast to attach the lead to it. Oh, I see. So I have to... Oh, well, it's a little bit complicated now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wow. All right. Well, let's get this. Okay, so the bucket's not working. I'm a little bit stupid, so you're witnessing some ineptitude right here. You're witnessing the Glinkster's ineptitude. The Glinkster. Hey, it's midnight now. Today's gone kind of slow. I'm alright if it goes slow. I'm kind of happy if a day goes slow. So I need to keep Tofu Boy in order here. So stay right there. Okay. Oh yes, I got it. Did you see that? That was gamer strats. Those gamer strats. I just did gaming. Good gamer. All right. So then we just gotta make sure that we gotta. Yeah, we're gonna make sure we get the boat off of here. This is a very surgical procedure that we're performing. We're doing. All right, just gotta get the leads off. Get back here, you little freak! Well, now we have another problem. Oh no! Oh God! How do I get the leads off? How do I detach it? I'm gonna break the boat. I'm gonna break the boat, but I gotta be surgical. Gotta be surgical about all this. So I got a sword, an axe, so it doesn't do the little swipey thing. I'm just gonna boop just like that. Oh God, he's flying. You're not supposed to fly. Get back down here, you freak. You're scaring me. Okay, this is possessed. The Jokey-ander is possessed. I gotta evacuate the museum. There's bad spirits. Do you see that? He's not supposed to do that. Get back down. I think I gotta put him in the boat to contain him. Alright, he's behaving unnaturally. This is unnatural. You see that? Farlander says, I haven't done something productive on V8C in a while. Well, that's alright. You don't always got to be productive on the Minecraft server. Sometimes you can just screw around and have a good time. If having a good time is your thing. Alright, there we go. There we go. We're gonna have him on a nice little pedestal right here. Except now his head is turned a weird way. I don't really know how to fix that, but yeah. It's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to deal with, to be honest. I don't quite know how to... See, he can't move him unless he's in the boat. Oh, Firelander says it's 6 a.m., so I might not know what you're talking about. Well, that's fair enough. So I put him in the water earlier, and that seemed to change which way he looked. So I wonder if I do that again, maybe if I make a little pond in here, I wonder if I can change which way the head faces. It's very, very finicky. Very finicky indeed. This is a type of Minecraft manipulation that I'm not quite used to. Whoops-a-daisy. I don't know what just happened. How'd you get out of the boat? Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this little situation. Let's see. What if I just put you in water? Oh, I don't know why you just turned your head earlier. Like that's frightening. Are you looking at me? Are you watching me? Are you a watcher? Oh. I don't like your slimy, skulky complexion. There's something unnerving about you. Very unnerving indeed. Let's see, maybe I can try making this a little bit larger. Larger. Living large. Living large on V8C. Are you living large? Are you winning? Are you winning at the game of life? I don't know. Winning as much as the next guy, I guess. I don't know how you're supposed to gauge that, to be honest. Oh, look, he's turning his head. Oh. That's creepy. That's so creepy. I got him to turn his head. Maybe I can get him to turn it the other way if I just, like, change which way he faces. Oh, look. Now I'm starting to get some... That's very strange. Well, whenever it gets exactly to the midway point, I'll just get rid of the boat. Then we'll have him faced right. At least I know how to control it now. And... boop, doop, doop, break the boat. Ah, Farlander says, I was supposed to give you mail, but I forgot. I don't know if you have something now. Well, I'll check my mail here in a minute, right after I'm done manipulating this very strange object that I've received. So it seems like, oh, it seems to turn proportional to the stream of water. Oh, screwed it up. Wonder. So his head only turns whenever I'm out of the boat. Maybe I need to turn it back that way. I don't quite have a good. Just gotta turn your head, bestie. Your posture's all messed up. I'm gonna put you on display, okay? You're becoming objectified. I am objectifying Jokyander clone. This is not a joke. Why isn't your head turning now? I thought I like was able to figure it out. I thought I had it like under control, but apparently not. Hello? Hello? I'm trying to get you to turn your head, you little freak. Maybe I gotta like bring it up a little bit. Maybe that has something to do with it. It worked earlier. Man, I've screwed it up. This is so. Oh, look. There. Oh, I missed it. I don't know why that happens. Oh, I'm just trying to get his head right. No, that's the wrong way. I gotta be real quick about this, I think. Oh, look. All right now. Uh, not quite. Perlander says, I think you broke its neck. Yeah, I probably did. I hope he didn't feel that. Maybe this is like whatever pain this Jokyander clone feels, he actually feels like the actual Jokyander feels in real life. Maybe it's like that, you know? Maybe it's like a voodoo doll. Like whatever pain you inflict on it, like maybe he's having neck pain now because of what I'm doing to this. Maybe he's gonna wake up in the morning and he's gonna be like, oh. Right. There's very minute, very slow, very precise. There we go. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. There we go. Now, hopefully his head won't turn anymore now that he's out of the water. And it's... Oh, why did his head turn? Did you just see that? It just snapped into place. You know what? Whatever. Whatever. People are just going to have to deal with that. That is screwed up. That is so screwed up. Look, it's... Oh, look, it's... Okay, whatever. 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 People get the point. Apparently this isn't going to be perfect because this is just screwy. This is screwy from the very start. Whatever. Whatever. Get out. Get out of the boat. Get out. I just don't like what... Wait, no, now it's kind of normal. Man, I don't know how to manipulate this guy. This is all screwed up. It's all screwed up right here. I got him on the pedestal. I got him centered, but it's just his posture is a little funky. There. I'm sure you are always watching, Lokiander. You're one of the watchers. It's one of the watchers right here. See, I want you to face forward. I don't want you to face sideways. Phosphor says, I remember now. I have possible museum material. Oh, I love a good material. See, that would be an alright posture, but just face forward. Just face forward. Maybe it's just a gamble. Maybe it's just a gamble on how this works. It could be. Once I get him in place, he should stay that way at least. Or he should, if he knew what was best for him. Let's see. Let's see if that... Oh, not quite. I need to keep tabs of how this works. Alright, so maybe I can like kind of quantify it a little bit. So let's see. Let's see, I'm facing towards this corner right here. Loki is facing towards this corner. Now, how does he turn? Oh, he just faces that way. So if you face him forward, he should face forward. Or maybe it depends on how his head turns. You see, if I did this right the first time, we wouldn't be having this issue, now would we? Alright, now, see, now he's not facing forward. Why has he got to be such a goober? Or does he always face this direction? That's a weird direction for him to face now. That can't be right. Maybe we just need to turn him around. Maybe it does have to do with his head. That's almost there. Yeah, I think it's got something to do with his head. I just got to torque it in the right way. I just got to torque his neck the right way. That's what I got to do. So let's see what direction he looks. I think maybe I gotta change which direction he looks. I think that's it. I think I found the meta. I think I found the meta chat. I just gotta align him. I have to align him. You see, he's aligned. So now whenever I take the boat off, oh yeah! I'm alright with that. I'm alright with that. It's a good diagonal. That's a good pose. It's a good pose for him. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's stuck in a particular direction. I think this works out just fine. I think it was just like whenever you get in the boat, he was like leaving, like you see, whenever you have your head, like if I try and focus on one block for so long, it'll like stay focused, but then eventually I can't turn my head anymore. And then I'll just keep turning with it. I think something like that was happening to him. It just wasn't displaying right. But yeah. Okay. Okay. Then all right, let's see what well, let me get some glass built around our guy. Jokey Anders, our guy, because I need to make sure no one steals it with a boat. So I gotta keep this one under lock and key. Definitely gonna have to write a description about this one too, because this is quite the find we have here. Quite the find. There we go. We can't have any Louvre incidents like with this one. So let's see. There we go. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Okay. I think that'll work just fine. I think that'll work just fine. There we go. And I'll put a little plaque in front of this. And yeah. Front and center. Front and center. Now let's see what you mailed me. Let's see. V9. V9 City. Let's see what's going on in V9. Whoop. I just now realized that these were pillager outposts. Are these pillager outposts? No. It's kind of interesting how they used that, though. Inspired. Maybe this is supposed to be like a giant pillager outpost. Maybe that's what this is supposed to be. I just now realized that. Let's see. I'm gonna check my mail. I'm gonna check my mail. What's in the mailbox? Let's see. Nothing. Nothing right now. Really need to place my head in here, don't I? Oh, player head. Maybe I'll save up my vote points and buy one in the vote shop. Alright, well. Farlander says the phosphor temple finally has something in it. Well, let's see what's going on in here. What'd you put in here? Did you put it in the middle? Where's the religious artifact at? Also, I need to turn on my brightness. I just now realized that. I always have my brightness up all the way. Oh, it is up. Okay. It is up. Where's the thing in the temple? I don't see anything in here. Oh, wait, what's this? Ooh, did you build a little statue? Oh, I see. This Imperatori. Phosphorus 91. Honoris. Reformer to the Netherite Hose Statesman to the SPQR. Well, this is cool. So you're gonna like have a bunch of like statues in here, along here, I guess. Well, that's a neat idea, Phosphorus. That's a neat idea, and I like, yeah, it's cool. That's cool. I like what you decided to do with that, because this implies that there's gonna be like more stuff, and that's neat. That's neat. I like that. It's a good statue. It's a good statue. Good placement. Very monumental. I like it. Nice. Yeah. Well, that's all right. This is sort of like the catacombs. It's a place for mythologizing and deification. Looks like somebody's building something right here. This is an interesting design, isn't it? It's a little strange. It's definitely cropping up around here. Maybe. Huh. Yeah. Definitely good progress in here. I like this little biodome. It's interesting what's being done with that, the leaves and stuff in there. Yeah. It's cool stuff. Cool stuff he got going on. What's Phosphorus got to say? There will be a Hall of Fame in the temple. That's a good idea. Who's building this? It's very rusticated. Is this some kind of cathedral or something? It looks like it. The beginnings of a cathedral. I like the texture. I like the texture on it. I like what they did with that. It's very sculptural in that way. Huh. I hope they unblock these windows. I think it would be nice if the windows were open. Buildings like this need an interior. Phosphorus says there's been a massive expansion to Pathworld. Oh yes, Pathworld. I know Pathworld. That's pathtastic. It's pathtastic. Here, I'm just gonna resize my game window just a little bit because this was blocking my chat a little bit. There. Yeah, I knew about Maddie's theater. Maddie 77 or something. I don't know, some kind of numbers. Theater. That's that pink building, that pink-delicious spot. You got a nice little city going on. You know, if you ever come up with a name other than just the capital, you could call it something like Netherite City or something. I think that's a pretty cool name. Netherite City. Yeah, this is this the theater, right? Or one of the buildings around here? Something. I know there's some map arts in here, so I don't really want to go in there because I've seen them before and I'm like, ugh. I've seen some of them. It's a little bit, gets a little bit bouncy in there. I'll put it that way. Phosphorus says, I'd get on to force you to go down Pathworld, but it's pretty vague. Well, maybe in a future episode. Maybe in a future episode. Alright. On the Mounts of Mayhem update now on the server. I finally updated my client. I think though I am getting pretty tired. I am a little bit worn down from the day, but now Farland says the city's official name is Regentia, but that isn't a very great name, so we just call it the capital. Well, why not rename it to Netherite City? I mean, it's kind of generic name, but it definitely fits the bill. I think it's got a nice ring to it. I guess you're kind of sticking with the Roman theming though, so that would be, well, I guess that would really be up to the Netherite Hose as to what they would do. All right, now let me get a little bit of a project or a item description for this this statue going here. Let's see. So I want to do a glowing white signage. That's what I settled on for the convention. So there we go. I'll get that. I'll get that. And then I'll get that. I'll get that like that. And now I'm going to go over here. And now I'm going to write a description. But I gotta follow a certain naming convention. So let's see. Let me cross-reference it with one of these other ones here. So let's see. I started adding dates to them though. So let's see. Okay. So we do it all caps, but I think I started doing some lowercase on the other side. I'll do all caps for this one. So let's see. Just item description. So I think he changed. I think he changed which way he faces. I think he just did that. That's a little concerning. He is moving. He's moving whenever I'm not looking, Farlander. He wasn't like this earlier. I think he's possessed. He's possessed. There's an empty vessel, and some kind of hate or spirit has gone into him. Oh man, I think we've unleashed a curse on the server or on the museum. I need to like line this glass with like lead or something to contain him. Farlander says, I can't rename it. That name is already in several documents and books. Oh, I see. So yeah, you got to keep it that way. Yeah, this is like an SCP. I need to like contain him. I really need to like this flimsy glass isn't cutting it. I'm gonna have to like do some like lead infusal, I think, or something. Need to line it with unobtainium. Or he's gonna get out. He moves. All right, you got to get out of here. You're making too much noise. Please, you're like a cat, constantly meowing. I can't. Please, just go over this way. Go. Be free. Be free, or keep your brother company down in the catacombs. All right, just here. Just be like a happy little blimp. Go be happy somewhere else. You're really bugging me. I'm sorry. I know you're happy. I know you're happy, and I know you like to express that. But right now, I need to focus, and you constantly being happy in my ear is just it's just a little much right now. So just go out to the park and play. All right. Here. Here. There. See, this is a much nicer spot than that dingy museum. All right, you get plenty of sunlight and get good scenery. That's right. That's right. So you have fun. You have fun over here. I'll catch you later. All right. You go do your thing. All right. Now I'm gonna go over in here, and I have to follow the naming conventions. So let's see. Jokiander clone. Jokiander's clone. All right. And then I will write uh, February. Let's see. How did I do the dates? I think I did like, because I have to remember that people that are from other areas of the world do their dates a little different. So I put, that's right, December. All right, so I write the whole month. I write the whole month. Farlander says maybe like a red barrier thing you got at some museums. I can't find the name. Yeah, the velvet ropes. Put some velvet ropes around this. I don't think velvet ropes are gonna hold back whatever spirit is inside of this vessel. February 13th, 2026. All right, so then we have the naming convention. And now I will write, let's see, who donated this? I think it was Anarchy. Let me see. He messaged me earlier. Anarchy Sniper 7, I believe. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to write it down. Let's see. Um, this clone, uh, well, this player um, entity was spawned for the server for the public map art event of 2026. Well, maybe I should say early 2026, or maybe the Valentine's map art event, because just in case he does another one this year, of 2026, hosted by Jokiander, right? And then it was transported here by Anarchy Sniper 7, who discovered that that while the model was not movable by itself, it could be moved by boat. Yeah, by boat. It was flown here over the course of a few days uh, via Happy Gast in the Nether. Let's see, does that read all right? Let's see. This player entity was spawned for the Valentine's map art, capitalized Valentine's. It's good to proofread. This player entity was spawned for the Valentine's map art event of 2026, hosted by Jokiander. It was transported here by Anarchy Sniper 7, who discovered that, while the model was not movable by itself, it could be moved by boat. It was flown here over the course of a few days via Happy Gast in the Nether. Let's see. Using leads as an attachment. It let's see. Using leads to to attach a boat to a Happy Gast. All right. Using leads. Oh, that's an interesting username. I'm just gonna keep I'm just gonna keep writing. Firelander says, I'm collecting player autographs. I got one from Scuttlebugs, Bug Enforcer, and Jellychan. I'm mostly collecting from famous people, but she wanted to make one. Can I have yours? I have the mailbox. Sure. Sure. Um, yeah, this guy's no good. This guy, you gotta get this guy. Uh, get him out of here. We, we gotta get him off the server. Get him off of here. We don't want any trouble. Oh, nobody was bothered. He wasn't rage baiting anybody, so he left. Yeah. Those types of people, you just don't interact with them, and once they don't get what they want, they leave. That's, well, generally, unless they're really trying to, you know. Oh, he's already gone. He's already gone. He was just looking for trouble. That's all. That's what that was about. Don't give them what they want, and they'll leave. But you can't let them know that you're doing that. You can't let them know that you're doing that, or then it becomes like a game, you know? Then it becomes like a competition, and then it's like they make it a challenge. So you just gotta like you gotta you gotta play that game, but you can't let them know that you're playing that game, you know? Gotta be radio silence. Gotta make it seem unintentional. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I'll drop my autograph in the chest here. Before I mix up my books and quills, let me do one thing at a time here. Let me do one thing at a time, and I'll just take this little book and quill right here, and I'm just gonna finish up this little label. Label. Let's see, I need a sign, don't I? I need a sign. Alright, let's see. Jokiander's clone. Alright. Then I will. Let's see, is there any extra um, trivia that I need to add to this description? I think it's pretty gets to the point. I don't want to add too much fluff to these things. You know, if you give them like paragraphs and paragraphs, nobody's going to read all that. Nobody's going to read your wall of text. Keep it, even if it does lack a little bit of nuance, you got to keep it concise or people won't receive it. So that'll be fine. And I'll just do. Uh, Nobody will see this anyway. But I just like to keep it nice and organized. And there we go. There's a nice little exhibit. Nice little exhibit. So people, yeah, that's an interesting addition to the museum, I think. All right, so yeah, I'll drop my autograph in your mailbox. I'll drop it in. You just want me to like write my name in a book, I guess, or you want me to like rename a piece of paper or something? Would you rather have it on a book or a piece of paper, Farlander? If I wrote it on a piece of paper, you could put it in an item frame and it would display on the wall if you like panned over it. But I guess I could write my name on the book cover or something too. It's whatever you would prefer. It's whatever you would prefer, Monsieur Lander. Okay. Yeah, I guess having a signed book would be more authenticatable, wouldn't it? So, G117. There. There you go. Oh. All right. There we go. All right. Now I'm gonna drop this off in the warp V9. V9 town. Yep. Yeah. There you go. There's a special autograph just for you, Farlander. Just for you. There. Just so you can add it to your collection. Do 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 do. I don't know where your mailbox is. Let's see. Is it on the first floor or the second floor? Or I guess the basement floor. Let's see. I guess it would be a little bit lower down, wouldn't it? Because I think yours kind of popped up a little later, maybe. You know, I've always thought maybe it would be beneficial to have like a personal mailbox, just because I don't always check the mail here, but I could. Oh, there's your mail. All right, so I don't know, drop it in there. There you go. There's the autograph, the original text, just for you. It's a cool idea, collecting all of those. It's a cool idea. Anyway, now that I've dealt with my museum business, I am getting a little bit tired. Whenever I start to get tired or start to get weird, like emotion-wise, and I also start to mumble, and then it's just not a good time for anybody, except for maybe the people that are entertained by weirdness, which there tends to be. Yeah, the light was on. Somebody gave you something. I don't know. You have to go check it. You have to go check it. But otherwise, I think I might sign off for the night. I feel that I've accomplished a good deal on tonight's server. But anyway, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to kind of freshen things up here in the live studio audience. Um, but anyway, Farlander says Scuttle made his autograph fancy with commands. Ooh. He says, I could give you a copy for the museum, but no copying it. It's a Phosphorus exclusive. Well, sure. Yeah, I can do that. Just to be an extra special um, exhibit item. Of course, you can keep the original, but yeah, whatever you'd like to do, Phosphorus. Whatever you'd like to do. Well, with all that said, I think I think I'm gonna sign off for the night. But hope everybody enjoyed, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow night too. Maybe a little bit later, earlier in the day, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna peace out. Bye bye, everybody. Bye, you little freaks, little fricklets. See you later.